Japanese people do not trust each other on trains. This is certainly true in densely populated areas. Japanese people wear their bags and packs on the front of their body. Front baggers. They fear wearing things on their back because theft. There are no foreigners on these trains. It's all Japanese people. And Japanese people always keep their bags on their laps when sitting down. Always. Overhead storage space is almost never used in Japan. That level of trust is not even considered. Oh no, you are not walking off with my bag today, Natsuko. This train is uncrowded and it's becoming less crowded. It's going away from the city. Front baggers refuse to give up. Everyone is paranoid regarding their belongings. When asked why people do this, some Japanese lie and say putting bags on the front is to, quote, make room for others. Nope, that's not fooling anyone. Bags worn on the front take up the same space as bags worn on the back. No difference. Faking politeness is a denial tactic for things that are uncomfortable in Japan. This is very common. That's strange too. It's to make room for others. Space is not an issue here. Why do these people have bags on their front? It's not about making space for others. People front bag when trains aren't crowded too, and when trains are empty. They're always front bagging. Here are front baggers schlepping their bags on the wrong side when there's no need. Luckily, it's only them wasting energy and not crowding out others in this situation. This train is basically empty, but this person has front bag-itis. Inflammation of the paranoid theft lobe. You see, she is making room for others, like imaginary people who don't exist. Another station and more front baggers. Nobody is using the overhead storage. At stations, front baggers get off, and they are replaced by new front baggers. The fear is never ending. There are no foreigners on these trains. It's Japanese people fearing Japanese people. People too scared to relax and use the overhead storage space. Personally, I don't care what people do, as long as it does not impact others on the train. If you want to carry heavy things, go for it. It's your stupid decision. My problem is, when trains are very crowded, standing space is extremely valuable. These people miss this train because people inside are selfish front baggers. Standing space inside is used for bags, not for people. It all adds up and delays things further. Ultimately, this is selfish and impolite behavior. This is especially bad in rush hour. Space at chest level is very, very important. But that space is occupied with bags and bodies. Standing space should be for people during rush hour, but that's not important. What's important is slowing things down. People need to use overhead storage or put their bags on the ground. Delaying others is not polite. This behavior following is called social harmony at its worst. Mistakes, mimicking mistakes in collective stupidity. Most people have their bags on their bodies. Everyone is crushed further and delays magnify. Ultimately, this selfish behavior delays themselves. Well done. Enjoy the problem you created. I'll be sitting down comfortably with my bag overhead or on my lap. Japanese people almost never use overhead storage. When it's really crowded, you might see a couple bags overhead. That's it. They suffer instead, carrying heavy bags for long trips, like mules or Sherpas, carrying supplies up to Mount Everest Base Camp. In the rush hour crush, people are so busy being offended or pretending they aren't offended, they wouldn't think to put their bag overhead or down at their feet. They are just trying to breathe. It's really stupid, but apparently Japanese people really fear Japanese people on crowded trains or uncrowded trains. So they choose to suffer. I'm not sure why Japanese trains have overhead storage because mostly nobody uses them. Whoever this guy is, thank you. He put his bag on the ground by his feet. Chapeau to you, good sir. Remarkable considering Japanese never put bags on the ground. That's sacrilegious and taboo. Bags are sacred in Japan. But imagine if other people put bags on the ground too, by their feet. That would be very nice and polite. But no, it's endless selfish and paranoid front baggers. Is this just unfounded paranoia by Japanese people? Are Japanese actually stealing from each other like this behavior suggests? No one has ever stolen anything from my bags, and I wear them on my back as they're designed. Or I put them overhead in the correct storage place. No one has ever taken anything from those places either. I have left 2 items on Japanese trains before by mistake. Here's what happened. One time I left my tablet. I contacted the train company and they located it that evening. I got it back a couple days later. The other time I left skis on the train, but they could not find them. They said all large items, like my skis, go to one place only. Well, I called that place many times and they never found my skis. So with my lost things, there's a 50% return rate. But I am only one person. A better indicator of honesty in Japan is when toll booths broke down in April 2025. This incident affected 17 expressways in 8 prefectures, which have 7.7 million daily users. During the outage, people were let through without paying, but workers asked them to pay online later. So out of roughly 7.7 million users, how many of them went online to pay later? Reportedly, 24,400 paid online later. Anyone doing the math on that honesty? That's not much honesty. But maybe this is why Japanese people don't trust each other on trains. Dear Japan, your front bagging is what foreigners do, but only when we go to other countries on vacation. We don't do this in our own country and on our normal commuting routes like Japanese people do. People in other countries wear bags normally when they are at home. People in other countries also use the overhead storage designated for bags and packs. We do not want to carry heavy items. Your distrust of Japanese people is strange. It assumes and implies that Japanese people cannot be trusted. Everyone is protective and hypervigilant with their personal belongings. See the overhead storage racks now? Yup, still empty. This train is not crowded. Why the front baggers? I'm not sure how common theft is on trains in Japan, but this behavior would assume that it's common. Front bagging seems like an overreaction to me. Endless paranoia plaguing Japan. But social harmony, obey, dictates that everyone follow each other, even if there is little danger of theft on trains. Obey your master! Master! People in Japan overreact together because they are too lazy to relax together. It's easier to maintain mass fear than mass relaxation. Now that's strange. Uptight Japan. That's sad for Japanese people who should try to relax more. Dear Japan, put your bags overhead. That's what they're for. And try to relax. Or put your bags at your feet and make more space for others. Ah, isn't that better? Please relax for a couple minutes. You deserve it. お疲れ様でした。